What are we saying? We are making air fried chicken cutlets. First thing we did, we got some chicken thighs. I trimmed the fat off, and you can see it's my last one here. I'm gonna pound this out. I don't even want to show y'all what I'm using. I lost my mallet, roll it. So I'm gonna pound these out. God, this is hood. It's all right, we move. All right, you can see that's nice and flat. So just gonna take this bad boy off. Got the rest already done already. So I'm gonna lay these out. I'm gonna season these up real quick. Seasoned up, let me tell you usual suspects. We got our Nashville hot chicken seasoning. See, I use a lot of that. Garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, black pepper, that's turned around, but that's sea salt. Our stations right here, we got egg substitute, and I'm actually gonna use this. My first time trying this, a new truffle sauce, the hotter version of the white truffle. I'm ready for that, so let's get, yeah, that looks like enough. You know I like a lot of this stuff. All right, whisk that in. Let's go ahead, there we go. Got our dry mix. This is the Louisiana, check it, Louisiana air fryer mix. Try this bad boy out. Same seasoning that went on the chicken directly is on here as well. So now we got those pieces which are right here. So let me just show you one. My glove on. I'll make sure we get that onto the egg mix. Make sure it's all on there. And that goes right into our batter. Make sure that is all the way on both sides. All right, boom, shake off the excess. Lay that bad boy down. Repeat that with all these pieces. Give me a minute. All right, we got our chicken button. 15 minutes. That's $3.75. And y'all even seeing there? 15 minutes is up. That is what we are left with. Look at that. Perfect. All right, let's put these sandwiches together real quick. All right, we got our toasted bun down, spicy ranch down in my container over here. All I used was fat-free ranch and truffle sauce. Stirred it up. That's it. Let's put our oversized chicken down. And we gonna bun that. No cheese. I don't want no cheese. Got 4 of them bad boys. I can't wait to dig into these. Also on the side, I got some Parmesan garlic fries. See the seasoning. And last but not least, we're gonna finish that off with some Polynesian sugar-free GUs. And we gotta keep it lean. What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back another video on the channel. And today, one day I'm gonna get it. You already know what I made, because I said it. But this is what it is. I just want the chicken sandwich. Let's go. I wanted it bigger than the bun. I don't know why. What are we saying? Next time, bite the bun. Damn, that's good. That air fryer do you right, man. Let's get a fry. Can y'all see the seasoning? Can you see it? Yo, Parmesan on fries? Sheer, man. Believe it or not, each one of these sandwiches is about 300 calories. It's about 1,170 calories for all 4 of these. That's less than a grilled chicken sandwich at Wendy's. Plain. Real talk. Why did I just do that? Shit, that's good as hell. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, you know. But I still feel like it has to be said. People think that eating healthy is like just eating dry ass food all the time. Just straight chicken breast, you know, grilled, no seasoning. Plain ass vegetables, not eating carbs. It's not about eating less, it's about eating smarter. And if you use good ingredients, you'd be surprised how much food you can get out of anything. Also want to try this too. Before I do, y'all know the vibes. Y'all know I love truff. They sent me this. I believe if it's not out yet, it'll be dropping like ASAP. But I believe it's out. But if you follow me on Instagram, I posted on my story. They sent me a nice little box. So thank you. I love the people over at Truff. Y'all always do me correct. Pause. But I love the white truffle sauce. They made a hotter version, which I said before, if they made a hotter version, it'd be lit. So they did. And you know I eat this shit like ketchup. So we gonna have to do that right now. I just need to get the, you know what I'm saying? That's even better. Hotter was my favorite because of the spice level, but I always liked the white truffle, so they just combined them. Massive dub. And this is the crazy part though, when I talk about eating smarter, right? This hot sauce, there's 10 calories a tablespoon. Not bad. For a hot sauce, this, Polynesian sugar-free. Can y'all read that? If not, that is 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. This is 10 calories for 1 tablespoon. That's less than regular ketchup. It's about finding better ingredients, and you'd be surprised how far it can get you. These buns are high fiber, and they're about 80 calories a bun. Normally a bun's gonna run you 130 or 140 calories. And you can go on and on. If this is a fried piece of chicken, calories through the roof. This fry brand, if you've heard of Ore-Ida, go to your frozen food section. This is you need this series is gold. Go to your frozen food section and find Ore-Ida straight cut fries. 90 calories a serving. That's insane for French fries. There's a pound of French fries. A pound of these is equal to about a small fry, medium fry at McDonald's. And it's more, way more. It's more than a large. So, it's really just about finding better ingredients and working off that. This whole thing is about 1,700 calories when you add the fries up and the condiments. And I think it goes to be said, because everybody's like asking, like, how am I not, like, you know, I guess heavier? You know, how am I not? And it's really not a secret. You just gotta eat smarter. This is not all I'm eating for today. After this, maybe an hour later, I usually will have, sometimes I eat it right after, it depends. But sometimes I'll edit my videos and get that done, and then I'll finish. But after this, I got about 400 grams of cauliflower and sweet potato, which is like rice, like the rice version. Is a container that's about this big. I have an entire can of green beans. I like canned green beans. I don't care what anybody says. I've been eating them since I was a kid, and I like the texture better than the ones that you get like off the vine. It's a preference thing. And then I've got a can of tuna and about 100 calories worth of air popped popcorn, which is like 10 cups. Something like that. don't know, I haven't measured out. And that whole thing is like 500 calories. So for the day, I'm still eating way less than what I burn with all of that food. And that's the only change I've made to my diet since I started making more like YouTube stuff. Is a lot of times, if people are like, why are your meals smaller? One, because I'm doing all that like highest rated stuff. So the stuff that I described before, where I was talking about like the vegetables and like the tuna, or I'll sometimes do less like regular chicken. I like that Polynesian sauce. I've been eating that pretty much every day recently. You guys don't know this, but I recorded a Wingstop video on Thursday, and for some reason while I was recording, my battery died and it didn't save like almost all the video. I wasn't happy, but I explained this in that video too. I've had to start doing those kind of meals to offset the fact that, you look at this, there's not a vegetable in sight. So instead of eating that on camera, I just eat it off camera. But I said this before, I might do a video where I eat that on camera, just to kind of show you what I'm doing. So a lot of people ask me questions about like how I eat and things like that. So that's the stuff that you don't see. Off camera, I usually eat about 500 calories of just like, depending on the meal, like nutrient dense kind of food. That's really the only change to my diet. Sometimes instead of having cauliflower rice in my rice, I'll just eat it afterwards. Sometimes I still put it in. I try to eat a lot of vegetables in that meal and just like a simple protein. And sometimes I'll add something like this, or like hot sauce or something like that. And truthfully, I actually enjoy it. You know, I think I have to talk about stuff like this because I always try to be open about that, and I don't want people to get the wrong idea. A lot of people don't talk about this stuff on camera when they're eating stuff like this all the time. You know, they kind of just show you the fun stuff like this. But if you think for a second that I don't eat like regular grilled chicken, vegetables, and I'm still not like, yo, this is good, you're crazy. But it's always about balance, you know. Don't just eat junk. Yes, I eat Wendy's, and you see me eating, you know, Wingstop and the highest rate stuff. You know, yesterday I had a bunch of Indian food. But I'm sure most of you noticed that I don't finish it. A lot of times I will, in my own head, it's not going to be 100% accurate, but I'll try to eyeball that I had about 2,000 calories. And you'll hear me saying in the video, I'm like, nah, I need to stop eating. Nah, I do it all the time. That's the reason. Don't ever let anybody tell you you're supposed to just eat whatever the hell you want, and you know, you'll get a clean bill of health, or you'll be, you know, however you want to look. It's always about finding a balance, and I've said this a billion times, about finding what works for you. I still eat all my food within an hour every day, sometimes maybe an hour and a half. But that works for me. I wouldn't tell anybody else to eat like me. You've never heard me once on here tell anybody, yo, eat once a day. Yo, eat, you know, fast. The fasting's not important. The spicy ranch with the truffle in it, plus the Polynesian gives me the sweet and spicy, plus the actual chicken spicy. Whew. But those are the kind of foods I eat off camera. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. I know it's like a boring meal. These kind of meals don't get as much engagement, which I don't care about. But sometimes I'm like, yo, nobody wants to see that shit. But I'll always at least talk about it. At the very least. Yeah, man. My diet consists mostly off camera. Sometimes I will make extra of my protein and have some of that off camera as well if it doesn't fit in the meal. So example, there's 4 sandwiches here. There's about a half of a fried chicken breast that's not in this video that I'll eat off camera. I drink a ton of water. My vegetables vary. A lot of times I like the mixed vegetable because it has a bunch of them, but broccoli, Brussels sprouts I still eat. Sometimes on camera, sometimes off. Like I said, I have green beans today, cauliflower, sweet potato. My proteins are very simple on camera. It's usually chicken. I eat tuna. I eat it right out of the can. I season it. With just like garlic, onion powder, stuff like that. Hot sauces. Sometimes I'll eat things, believe it or not. And this is more for like the gut health. Like sauerkraut. I'll have like a scoop of that. You'd be surprised how many probiotics are in sauerkraut. I also eat yogurt. I have like the single serving. It's just fat-free, like either Greek yogurt or I like the 000, the Oikos stuff. I eat that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and popcorn. I do eat a lot of air popcorn. This is stuff that I would post to my Instagram sometimes. But I don't really like Instagram anymore. I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of IG. I just feel like it got saturated to the point that there's like too much going on and it doesn't know what it wants to be. I've also been shadow banned for a better part of like a year on Instagram. I never really gave a shit about that, but I spend less and less time on it. I've been more on TikTok recently. Mainly because I prefer videos over pictures. I always have. Even my Instagram, when people were posting pictures, I was posting videos, and this was like 2-3 years ago. So, I also, it's not like they're gonna get mad at me. I feel like Instagram, bro, are like the biggest swagger. Like, they take everyone's shit. Everybody. They took Snapchat's little stories. They took TikTok Reels. They took Vine's little 6-second things they had in the beginning. And then they expanded the videos. You know. And they always be updating shit. So I don't even know where to find anything half the time. Half the time I can't read my own DMs. It just gets annoying. It doesn't send me notifications. So, it's easier to find me on here. I try to answer questions on here. And right now, like, TikTok is probably the easiest way to find me. Because I can see all the comments on there because I just, like, recently started posting, like, regularly. So, it's not as, like, difficult. Social media for me is always like a double-edged sword because I enjoy making content. I enjoy, you know, engaging with people. That's like the most fun part about it. But the more your content like gets out there and grows, this is me just being real about. Like, as a person who has had a small following and a person who, you know, has had larger followings, like my Instagram, I hit 100,000 followers like last year. I always found that I enjoyed making content more when it's smaller, when it's a double-edged sword. It's harder to answer questions. You get a lot more trolls when stuff gets bigger. You start having, like, some of the most fun that I had on social media was when my Instagram page was like, maybe like between 10 and 20,000 followers. And I just live streamed all the time because I enjoyed like just chilling with people and getting to know people. But once like the page grew, it got like to the point where I wasn't even having fun anymore. I was just doing it for no reason. You know, like live streaming has always been my favorite thing to do. But when it's like a large, because I like to talk to people. Like, I was always the person that read the chat, you know. Every single person that said something, I would try to reply. And in the beginning, you know, there was like 20, 30 people. When the page started growing, there was a point where it was like 200, 300 people, and then more trolls and more trolls. And live streaming is different. Like, when you're on YouTube or just like people troll comment, is much different than when you're reading and reacting to stuff, you know? Like, I don't mind trolls on YouTube because it's a comment, you know? I don't get comment notifications. I have to check the app to get them. So you don't necessarily get like that kind of vibe. Whereas like when you're live streaming, you're engaging, and all of a sudden people are saying, you know, racist stuff or stuff about, like, if I have friends with me. And it got to the point on Instagram, I was like, yo, I don't know why I'm doing this anymore. I don't have fun. And it's not a job because I don't make any money doing it. You know what I mean? Like, the live streams were just me having fun. Then all of a sudden, people were getting mad at me because I would be late to my own live stream. And I get messages like, you said you would be on it like this time, like you lied to me, like you're an asshole. I'm like this isn't Law and Order, this is not a TV show. You know what I'm saying? So it just got to the point where I was like, yo, I'm not doing it anymore. So I stopped. When stuff becomes like a job to the point where I'm not having fun, now it becomes, put it this, like, if you had a job, right? If you're old enough in here and you have a job, or if you're not, you could be 15 working at Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm sure you deal with stuff that you don't want to deal with. But why do you deal with it? Because you're getting paid. If people want to pay to troll me, cool. You want to come over here on YouTube and click on a button, let the ads run, and then tell me something? Hey, thank you. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing it just for nothing, it'd be like me just walking down the street and have people throwing shit at me, like, yo, why am I doing this? You know, I think eventually, if the content goes in the way that it could possibly go, and this becomes something that I'm doing for a living, you know, then more than likely I would set aside time to live stream. But at this point, I enjoy making videos on YouTube and eating. My live stream when I ate before, so I'm not going back to that kind of live stream, but I would do something else where I can kind of just chill. Because I like engaging with people, you know. I engage with people in the comments here when I can, and that to me has always been the best part of like making content on social media, is the people you meet, you know. A lot of you guys like comment on my stuff every day, so I know who you are at this point, you know what I mean? So it's cool in that sense. But when you start getting to the point when, you know, people are just like being like dickheads for no reason, and like everybody's always tough online, and I can't smack the shit out of you because you're not standing in front of me, you know, it's just like, you know, you don't have really a lot of fun doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just a lot different of a vibe. You know, people do forget that like you're a person, so like they'll just, there's somebody that literally like they watch every single one of my videos and they downvote within the first 2 minutes. Like the minute I upload a video, there's a downvote. That's too fast. I'm not like, you know, somebody with millions of subscribers that people are just seeing my content that fast. So I kind of know who it is, but I don't give a shit. But that's just the point of it. Like, that doesn't bother me. But if I was live streaming, that same person would be commenting rude shit, which they did. I said this a bunch of times, but the craziest thing about a live stream thing, at one point there was a group on Reddit that literally Like, people were sending me screenshots, because I don't go on Reddit. I don't know shit about Reddit. But people were sending me screenshots that, like, they were telling people, they made a whole group to figure out when I was live streaming so that they could, like, spam my comments with, like, racist shit. Like, I had the screenshots. I was like, yo, and they did, because they were making, like, fake pages with my name on it and, like, with, like, you know, some questionable words as the name and, like, crazy stuff. You know what I mean? And, like, I'm not Kanye West, bro. I'm not that famous. You know what I mean? So it was like, I just need something else to do. But we'll probably do something eventually, because I do miss doing that kind of stuff too, but it can't be that, you know. Maybe I'll start going live on TikTok like every once in a while, just like chilling. You know what I mean? I just like the platform right now. I don't like YouTube's live stream format. I never did. And Instagram, I get shadow banned every time I live stream, and I'm already shadow banned, so even if you're following me, you probably won't see it anyway. But, man, I wish I had more chicken, bro. To be honest. What do I have to... Schedule this week is going to be a little different. I forgot to say that. Just because I have, like, this, like, function I have to go to on Thursday. So, the unfiltered might be, like, a day early. Not that anybody's going to care. But we'll just play it by ear. You know I don't plan shit. But I love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.